Namaste, welcome to the channel GoGlides. Want to get started with OpenShift but don't know where to begin? In this video, I will walk you through setting up your OpenShift developer sandbox, launching a Red Hat OpenShift AI workbench, and even opening VS Code in Red Hat Dev Spaces, all in just a few minutes. So here are the agenda for today's topic. Set up OpenShift developer sandbox, install and use OCCLI, deploy and access your first application, overview of Red Hat OpenShift AI, launch an AI workbench, and open VS Code in dev spaces. By the end of this video, you will have a complete OpenShift environment running and ready for AI workloads. All right, first let's create your OpenShift sandbox. Navigate to console.redhat.com. To create a developer sandbox account, it's pretty easy. Let's go to OpenShift. You have to create the account first, by the way. And once you create, then here is the developer sandbox. Let's get started. And this is basically pending approval. It will take some time to finish this one. If you are first time hearing about developer sandbox, it is just for learning purpose. You cannot use this sandbox for anything else, but you can, however, explore Red Hat OpenShift. You can explore Red Hat OpenShift AI, OpenShift virtualizations, pipeline, dev spaces, and serverless functionality as well. There are a bunch of resources here which you can use to learn more about this sandbox. If you notice, you have access to developer sandbox. It says like, congratulations, you are ready to get started. Let's click on Red Hat OpenShift. Let's see what will happen. So this is the Red Hat OpenShift AI. This is dev sandbox, and it's using my name and my email address. Let's submit that. And it's that easy. So you have access to OpenShift clusters. The terminal is already installed. This is a web terminal project. Then you have a new project as well. So this is a developer access. I don't think you have access to admin, or at least you can see it, but you cannot manage the service account and anything else. These are like restricted access. If you ever deployed OpenShift with the admin access, you can access all of these features as well. For now, we're just exploring some of the functionalities. So what you can do is you can even open this terminal here. This is now launching a terminal inside the cluster itself. You can run OC and those directly from that itself. It's a project, then you have access to this namespace. You are inside that one right now. You can also access this using OC login command. So this issue the sandbox and click on display token. Then you can say OC login to that specific URL. Let me switch to terminal. Then if you do copy that, paste it here, you have access to this project and this project from your terminal as well. This is running right now. Now in development mode, what we can do is we can deploy a SaaS application from here. Let's click on add from this. There are various ways you can deploy the applications. You can use these developer catalogs, Helm chart. There is a sample application as well. This is the method I'm going to use for now. There is a serverless function you can import from Git, and there is a Git repository, and you can also directly import from Git as well to deploy your applications. For now, let's click on sample, and then I'm going to select a sample from this catalog. We can deploy this Node.js application for now, and this is Node.js sample, and this is a source for that. Let me create it, and let's see if I can open that repository as well. And this is what the repository looks like, which has all the code requires to deploy these applications. So it's a Node.js applications, and then it has, looks like the Helm chart and everything available as well. For now, I don't think it's going to use the Helm chart. So this is basically deploying that. So what we can do here is, let me open a terminal, post git pause, and it's having problem pulling the images. I think it will resolve automatically after some time. Now this is started running already, and the status of this one is also active now. So already built. You can see the build progress. This is what this build pipeline is doing, which is pulling the code and then adding some container steps here, like using this as a base image, then copying the code, changing the permissions, compiling it, assemble that one, and then run this one, right? This is the steps it's following right now. And this image is available in our local image registry as well. So this is the local image registry available in this cluster itself. So this is a service which is deployed and supposed to be this URL. It's not opening. So let's troubleshoot a little bit more. Seems to be working fine. Whole Seagate SBC. And we do have this service already. So let me see if I can reach to this port. And it seems responding, at least from the cluster itself, right? But it's not responding outside, looks like. So this is the routes which that created. It's supposed to be working. Maybe HTTP is not supported. Right, yeah. Yeah, it's running on HTTP, so that is not supported. And you can see this is already running in that clusters. Every code is stored here in this GitHub repository itself. And this OpenShift provide every tools, like it's building that application. This is the process with that one-click sample UI deployment using this add functionality. So I simply did that here, like this one. And then I fill out the details, build versions, repository, and then it started doing that, pulling the applications, building that, compiling it, and then publishing that image to this into our registry. This is the process, and then it's deploying from that into our registry, creating a service object, creating a routes, and then you can access that routes from here. Another thing we can do is we can also launch Red Hat OpenShift AI from this one. We have Sandbox. And this is what the data science project looks like. So you can create the applications from this. You can also create the data science project. In my case, I didn't have access because I only have developer access. So we can use this GoGlides AI Dev, create the Workbench from here, which is a Jupyter notebooks. For example, let me try to create one Workbench, demo Workbench. Then you can select the image. There are multiple versions available. You can also import these custom images from the settings. That settings space is not available right now. So I'm going to use this minimal Python, container size. These are the options available for this Sandbox. You can also customize this if you have admin access, but for now, this is not possible. So I'm going to use this version and then maybe use the medium version for that. And then you can create the stories. And this is the size available right now. Then you can increase this to maybe some size, save it. Then if you have any connection, which is a S3 bucket connection, or you can also use URL to do that. We're not going to create this connection for these pins. If you use this one, then it will have access to that data source, or you can upload that to that S3 bucket from this Workbench itself as well. So let me create this one for now. Now this is starting with this minimal Python version that, and then it's starting. I believe you can see the progress here. Or maybe from here, let me see. So here, this is a demo Workbench launching right now. It's been 34 seconds only. And this is now available, right? So it's fully up and running. This is fully up and running. Now you can navigate to this from this URL. So click on that. Click on Dev Sandbox. And then you have to select these permissions. Allow selected permission. Now you have access to these notebooks. Then you can see this is working. This Sandbox also has access to dev spaces. So if you're comfortable with that one, you can also use it. And this is what the dev space workspace looks like, where you can create the project and play with that one as well. For example, let's try Node.js Express. It's initializing that. All right, the project is complete, and then you have access to your VS Code in your browser. All right, that's it for this video. What do you want to learn next in OpenShift and OpenShift AI? Do not forget to comment, and I will try to cover that in upcoming videos. Dhanyebad.